Hi, I'm Eva Murphy from Electronic Engineering at IT Sligo, and this is my Leaving Cert Maths Grinds channel. I'll regularly add new videos for both higher and ordinary level maths, so make sure you subscribe below and click the bell icon to be notified of new videos. Right, a logs question. So solve for x is an element of R, so x is a real number. Log to the base 4 of 2x plus 6 minus log to the base 4 of x minus 1 equals 1. Okay, not that you really need to know it, but it's just maybe handy to know when x is a real number, you can never get the log of a negative number, okay? And all your questions for your Leaving Cert will be when x is a real number, okay? Which means if you get a negative answer, we typically discard it because we never get the log of a negative number, okay? It's undefined if you put it into the calculator. Okay, so how do we go about doing this one? Well, this is using the rules of logs, which are here. Okay, so the indices, the rules of indices, the rules of logs. So a question like this, where you're adding and subtracting log numbers, you're somewhere normally in here in the center. Okay, the top one is where you're adding two log numbers together. And for this one, it tells you that if the base number is the same, see they're both log to the base a. When that's the case, then you multiply x and y by each other, and in other words, combine them. This one is the question that we have here. Again, when the base number is the same and you're subtracting two log numbers, it's the first divided by the second. Okay, so let's combine these ones here so that I end up getting, and so this is, if I could call them, that's rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, for example. So it's using rule 2. I could write this, they're both log to the base 4. So it's the top one over the bottom, it's the first one over the second one. Okay, and that's equal to 1. Okay, and what you're always looking for when you're solving these, because we'll eventually get rid of the log piece, okay, and solve for x, but you can only ever do that when you just have one log function on the side, okay? It doesn't work when you have multiple log functions. In other words, I couldn't do the switch, or I couldn't raise everything to base 4 as it is. I have to combine them before I can do that. Okay, so for the next bit now, where you need to cancel out or do an anti-log, so the reverse of log, you tend to be over this side, okay, or specifically the top 3. So let me call him 4, 5, and 6. So indices is the opposite of logs, and this rule up here is trying to show you that. Okay, if you have something written as a log, you can do what's called the switch and switch it to a powers or an indices one. These two are a version of the switch. It exploits the fact that if you have a base number to a power, if you get log of the same base number, they cancel. Okay, and that's why you're left with just what's in the power. Okay, so either of these people tend to use either rule 4 or 5 and 6. I'm a 5 and 6 person for no reason, only that I can see it easier. But it doesn't matter. You will have your own preference and go with that. So indices are the opposite. If I raise everything to this base number, so that's where I'm getting my 4, log to the base 4 of 2x plus 6 over x minus 1. Okay, and what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I have to raise the right-hand side also to base 4. And log 4 and 4 cancels. That's why I did that in the first place. So I'm left with just this. Okay, so it's this rule here I'm using. I took this base a, I raised everything to that, and log A and A is cancelled, and I'm just left with whatever I was getting the log of. Okay, is equal to 4 to the power of 1 is 4. So I'm going to bring this up this side, and then we're just going to solve for x. So I'll have 2x plus 6 being equal to 4 times x minus 1. 2x plus 6 is equal to 4x minus 4. Doesn't really matter which way I do it. I'll bring the x's to the left, only because that's what I normally say in videos, but it doesn't matter. Change the signs. Divide by the number in front of x. And you get your solution, x is equal to 5. Okay, and you can always check this in your calculator. You can put 5 in there and see is log to the base of 10 plus log to the base 4 of 16 minus log to the base 4 of 4 equal to 1, and you'll find that it is. If you've enjoyed this video, then why not join us in IT Sligo and use maths in practice. In conjunction with industry, we've designed an exciting new program in electronics and self-driving technologies, which uses cutting-edge techniques such as artificial intelligence, computer vision, and virtual and augmented reality. You'll need a H5 in maths to qualify. Check out the link below.